disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flixx, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
What's up?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Inner Network. As of right now, on Tuesdays, we got the Inside Scoop with Alice and Jeff, and us, Fists, Kicks, and Flixx with Gene, Joe, and Angel on Wednesdays. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Inner Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon. Fellas, it's showtime. What's going on?
How much?
Not much, man.
You know what? Pretty simple week. You know, a lot of work, stuff like that. Wife's getting ready to go back to school, so she's getting her classroom set up and all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday had a family reunion, kind of a reboot. We haven't done one in like 10 years.
Oh wow!
So my aunt and uncle kind of wanted to get it going again, so we did that over in Kensington Park. So it was nice. Good to see everyone. Okay. It was small, about 24 of us, I think it was.
Okay, all right.
But it's a start.
Cool.
And that's about it.
Angel, I heard you had a boring weekend. You didn't have nothing up.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Listen, man, I went to go to a mirror kick with Trav. My feet and my knees and my heels have never hurt so much in my life. It was the craziest thing I've ever had to deal with.
And so you had you running around?
Man, he had me running around, had me getting to places earlier. He showed up late. He said, I think we're going to start filming at like 9 a.m. on Saturday. I said, okay. I get there 8:45, like the good professional that I am. They already started filming. I go, yo, Trav, where you at? Oh, they already started? Yeah, I'll get there.
I mean, I guess that's what you can do when you're the boss, right?
Absolutely. Listen. I ain't going to say nothing, man. He hooked me up. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. We recorded. We had a great time. And it was good, man. Listen, man, this weekend was just interesting, but at the end of the day, man, it was a good weekend. I'll tell you what, man, being there in person, I'm itching. I'm itching to get back. So
man, it's so funny you say that because I literally was just about to ask you. I mean, because you've been going out to these tournaments, is it making you ready to get back in the ring and compete?
I'll tell you what, it's a lot of things that have happened. The big thing this weekend was everyone saw me and they're like, yo, how come you're not in the ring? And I got to explain this whole surgery thing. Everyone's like, wow, a whole year. You're not going to fight till battle? That's crazy, right? So I'm like, yeah, that's probably going to be lucky.
That, you know what, man? That was your opportunity to say, what? That means you ain't been listening to Fists, Kicks, and Flixx because I talked about this surgery every single week and the injury. That could have been a nice shameless plug, bro.
Hey, yeah, that's true. But I'll tell you what, man. The good thing is I have a new appreciation for just going to tournaments and being out there because I miss it so much. So when I get back, man, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to say the stuff that I've been telling like my close group. But when I get back, it's gonna be different. I will say this though: the highlight of my weekend was seeing Avery's girl and seeing her with a Fist, Kicks, and Flixx shirt on, and she's looking at me like I'm a fucking weirdo. So is Avery. And I wanted to tell them, great, thank you for supporting the family, as if you don't know who the hell I am. But it's fine. It's fine. But outside of that, then seeing other people with our shirt on. I said this to Travis. I said, yo, I don't know if it works like this, but I'm that celebrity that wants to take a picture with you because you have my shirt on. I was like, I told that to Trav, and Trav started cracking up. He's like, yo, man, take pictures with these people. So even regardless of whether they watch the show, they don't watch the show, they know the personalities, they don't, just seeing our name out there that's not on our chest or the people that we're with, and it's on the just the population, the masses, man, I don't care if it's one person, 2, 10, 100. It brings so much joy to me, man. So I love that. That was like my highlight of the weekend.
You know what's funny, man? when I wear the shirt out and about in public, like I'm going to the mall, going to the gas station, store, whatever, people will read it and say something about it, and that gives me the opportunity to talk about the show because they have no idea, what that means.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty
I have
cool.
no idea.
Yeah, my weekend was really, really nice. It was really good, man. My daughter got married. My stepdaughter from my first marriage. I just call her my daughter because she does not like me saying step. She does not like that at all. So she got married on Sunday, and I gave her away, which was nice. We had a real good time, man. I got to see her grandparents. And go ahead, Angel. What's up?
Did you cry?
No, not during the ceremony. I did not cry. No, I felt emotional. I felt emotional though.
Okay.
Walking down the aisle, I felt a little emotional.
Hey, listen, I'll never forget what you said. Gangsters don't dance; they boogie. So I got you.
Yeah, it was nice, man. And like I said, I got to see her family, her grandparents. I haven't seen them in years. I got to speak with them and some of her uncles and aunties. And, it was a real good time. Me and Melissa went. My parents went also, and we just had a good time, man. Kara, my daughter, her and Melissa are pretty close. So it was a real good time. Even my ex-wife and Melissa spoke to each other, and they were both cordial to each other, and yeah, it was a good time. So it was nice, man.
That's good. It's nice when that can work out.
Yeah. So we had a real good time, man. It was just it was just a busy weekend, man. Because I was listen to this, man. I go to I had to go I had to get a shirt. So Saturday morning we had the rehearsal. Get out there, do the rehearsals. Once we're done the rehearsal, I figure, okay, let me go get some stuff that I need for tomorrow. I needed to get a shirt. I needed to get a new tie. So I go to the mall, which was by the place where we had the rehearsal. And I go there. I go there to the mall. The first store I go into was an independent store. It wasn't one of the big, national chains or whatever. It's an independent store, man. And I go in there, and all I needed was a plain black dress shirt. That's all I needed, and I walk in, and I tell him what I needed, and he wanted me to pay $80 or $90. And I said, for a black shirt, $80 or $90. He was like, what? He was like, that's a good price. I said, not for me. I just can't see myself spending $80 or $90 for a black button-up shirt. That's it. It was nothing special. It was no designs. It didn't have nobody's name on it. It was just a plain black shirt. I was like, I ain't paying $80 or $90 for that. And then there was another $90 for the tie. So I said, man, I'm
$90
out.
for a tie.
$90 for a tie. That's right. So
that's insane.
So I walked out, and then I went to one of the the bigger stores. I went in there, and I got the shirt, got the tie. I got both of them. They were real nice. I paid like maybe $70 for both of them. Right.
That's good. So
I get that. And then I had to try and find a pocket square. Man, I could not find a solid black pocket square.
Yo, what kind of professional are you? Jesus Christ, you don't got none of this?
Man, I mean, I wear t-shirts every day to work. I wear t-shirts and
damn, like, bro, how old are you and you never had a pocket square? Jesus
No. Listen, man. So Kara wanted us to dress a particular way. So I needed to make sure that I was sticking to how she wanted me to dress. So they wanted us to wear black. So I was all black everything, my shirt, my jacket, my pants, hell, even my white beater and my drawers was black. My socks was black. I was all black. I swear. I promise you I was. I'm no lie. You can ask Melissa. She'll tell you. I was all black.
Yo, man, I can't with you, bro.
I was G to a T, man. Cleaner than a chitlin. Anyway,
you lost Angel on that one.
I see, man. I hope I didn't hurt herself.
What? Yo, get out of here with this.
Anyway,
get out of here with that, bro.
So I try and find the pocket square, man, and I could not find a solid black pocket square anywhere. I went to multiple stores, and I told Melissa later on, like, I don't think they might not even make plain, because every time I saw a black tie, a black bow tie, it had a white one or a red one or a blue. It had different colors or some type of design, but I couldn't find a solid black one. So luckily, she jumped on it. She jumped on Amazon. She was able to find some handkerchiefs. She ordered me some handkerchiefs, and I threw that in the pocket, and I was good to go. So perfect. Melissa came to the rescue. But listen, so I get home, and I don't even look in my bag. So when I'm getting ready on Sunday morning before the wedding, I get my shirt, put my shirt on. I'm looking for my tie. I said, I don't see my tie in here in the bag. So I asked Melissa. I said, Melissa, I was like, "What you doing with my tie?" Because she had wanted to see the shirt and tie, and she said, "I didn't see it when I looked in the bag. I just assumed that it was in the shirt. It was in with the shirt somewhere." And I said, "No, I bought them separately." So she was like, "No, I never saw the tie." So I'm looking all around the house, could not find the tie anywhere. So I'm assuming the salesperson, when they took the tie, they attempted to put it in the bag. They must have missed the bag, and it must have fell on the floor or something. Right. That's how I was looking. Now I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go, collar undone, because Kara even said that she was like, "Dad, you don't have to wear a tie if you don't want to." I was like, "Well, I want to look the way you want me to." She was like, "Well, I don't care if you wear a tie or not. It doesn't really matter." So I said, "Okay." So I was gonna go early. And I took Melissa over to my parents' house because she rode with them. And when I went there, my dad had a tie, so he gave me a nice tie, and I just rocked that tie. And it was good. It all worked. It all worked out in the end. So
perfect.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. All right, Joe, are you ready?
Yep.
We're back at it. Kick-Ass 2. Here we go.
Bigger and better, more or less.
I see they had some new characters. Well, not new characters, but new actors playing existing characters in this movie.
Yeah, they did a lot of that.
Now, I knew Marcus. That was Hit Girl's guardian, right? Marcus.
Yeah,
that was his name, right? So he was different. They had Morris Chestnut in this movie playing him, and then they had one of Kick-Ass's friends. Yeah, it wasn't Evan Peters. Evan Peters wasn't in this movie. He didn't. It was someone else. Now I wasn't for sure if the girlfriend for the first movie if this was the same girl playing her. I couldn't tell.
It was.
It was.
But
okay.
But she was only in like a scene and a half. So.
Yeah, it wasn't long at all. And then we found out she was cheating on him.
I don't know if she didn't want to do the movie or if that was just part of how it went, but it is what it is. She wasn't important anyway.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Okay, let's get into it, Joe. Okay,
so the movie really just picks up pretty much 2 years after the first movie, and
okay, hold on. I know I shouldn't have interrupted you so soon. But that's what I thought they said, but that was weird.
They didn't tell you that till down the road.
Well, they made mention to it early, and I was like, because I was thinking about it in the beginning of the movie, because at the end of the last movie, Hit Girl, her name is Mindy, right?
Yeah, Mindy McCready.
Okay, now Mindy was going to the 9th grade at the end of the movie.
So I think the end of the movie was 2 years later. They just didn't tell us that.
But we saw her. So what was that when we saw her going into high school? We saw her at the end of the last movie. And
that's what I'm saying. This was the same scene. I think it was always just 2 years later. So you think
the end of the last movie was 2 years later also?
They don't really explain it because, if it was 2 years later, then, and she never went to school. Now she's a freshman and Dave would have been a 10th grader. Now it's 2 years later.
Hold on, Joe. Hey, Angel, mute yourself a little bit, man, because we hear some noises over there. There you go.
Yeah, because they said the whole.
What's Angel doing?
The whole Kick-Ass thing, started 2 years ago. So that's what that's the only reason I know there was a 2 year straight. You know what? It's just movie magic. They
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
really
because
pay attention to that.
it was messing with me because I was doing it in my head. So okay, at the end of the last movie, she was going into the 9th grade, and if it's 2 years later, then that means she should be in the 11th grade now.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we clearly knew she was in 9th grade because they mentioned it at the beginning of the movie of this
yeah, and
movie.
Dave was a senior.
Right.
So the whole idea is Dave, stops being kick ass. It just was too dangerous and this and that. But he had started a movement. So there's a whole bunch of new superheroes popping up everywhere with, of course, ridiculous names. And, they're just regular people. And then meanwhile, Mindy, school's not for her. So her dad's dropping her off. He thinks she's going in. By the time he leaves, she hightails it out of there. She hacked the computer at school to give herself perfect attendance, probably all A's, and she's
Well,
continuing to be a hit girl.
Joe. So I was wondering about this. She seemed, and her dad seemed like the type of person that would have educated her anyway. She seemed like she was probably a smart girl, like almost like genius level. Like she
Yeah, she
probably didn't
wasn't
even.
dumb.
Yeah, she probably didn't even need to go to school anyway.
She probably could have tested out of high school and went right to
Yeah,
college or something.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the other thing we've seen her do, so the idea is basically Dave he's bored. He's like, high school life, just everyday life is boring now that he's not kick ass. So he wants to make a comeback, but he realizes like he actually needs some training. So he convinces Mindy to train him. And of course, she's like, "You're going to do everything I can." She just uses him as a punching bag. That's the training. She's
Hmm.
also doing like her dad did
Yep.
and shooting him with the vest on,
Yeah.
just blowing him away with that big old gun. By the
Yeah.
way, I'm sorry. The way she's holding that gun, like the kickback on that gun, she's got to like really get a better stance and hold that gun with two hands.
Man, would you ever let somebody do that to you?
No.
Yeah, me either. I'm not
I
doing
mean, I
that.
do stupid stuff on a dare, so maybe if you gave me some money or something, but no, I
Yeah,
don't want
I'm
to.
not even letting Jesus shoot no gun at me. I'm not letting anybody shoot a gun at me.
I'm not letting Jesus.
Nobody is shooting me with a gun. That's not happening. I should be okay with that because Jesus could just wake me back up. So I really shouldn't be worried about him. Angel, why are you looking at me? Am I going to get a report from your mom, Angel?
Bro, you gotta stop because you know how this goes with my family. You know how this goes. Like for real, like you gotta stop with the whole Jesus thing, bro. You know how this goes with my mom. Like she literally is this close to telling me, Angel, you're off. Like don't keep doing this.
Angel's mom is gonna send Travis a letter of resignation.
Yo, like you're crazy, bro. The last time when you talked about the devil, my mom said you need to get off that show. Like that's not for you.
Go ahead, Joe.
It's all good. So we're not, so that's happening. And then the other thing they're kind of showing us is Red Mist, whatever his name is, Chris or something like that. He's trying to be, take over for his dad. He's trying to be Mr. Gangster. He's trying to get back at Kick-Ass. He's seen all these heroes pop up. He's deciding like he's going to become something bigger and better. Meanwhile, his mom, is basically like, "No, you're going to go to school. You're going to be a good boy." She's in denial about how her dad died, about how her husband died, and he's pissed. He's like done with her. He wants to just, he wants her gone. So she gets into a tanning bed. He kicks it. It breaks. She's dead. Now he's like going through with his bodyguard, going through some stuff. He finds his dad's guns and some, let's call it SMM gear. And for whatever reason, yeah, mom and dad's had some fun, I guess. Anyhow, he decides in this moment with the guns and this freaky gear that he's going to become a supervillain. Now, how is it that you're going through all your mom's stuff? These are the two things you find, and then you're just like, bam, supervillain. That's just insane.
I don't know, man. I don't know. He's messed up in the head.
And frankly, I don't know. This movie cracks me up because he decides he wants to put on the dominatrix gear. and walk around with the 2 guns. And then
Mhm.
on top of that, his supervillain nickname is the motherfucker.
Why would he pick that? That doesn't even make sense to pick that name.
Because this kid was never right from the beginning.
Hmm.
Like, basically, his character, no matter what he names himself, he's reverse Batman. That's all his. He even
Yeah.
says it at one
Yeah.
point. His superpower is money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's just got all the money to pay henchmen and buy whatever he wants to be a supervillain.
Hmm.
But he's bad at it. He's so terrible at it.
Hmm.
The only thing he does right is just hiring a bunch of crazy people.
Yeah. And that's where people. I mean, what do you think the cops were thinking to see all these people just walk around in these crazy costumes? Because these costumes, like I said last week, man, these costumes do not look like a DC or Marvel movie. They look like cosplay. That's what they look like.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of this show, this movie, is, if somebody did try, that's what I like about this movie. If somebody did try to be a superhero, like, they'd look dumb.
Yeah, they would. You would look really dumb.
Like, I mean, sorry, but even walking around like Thor, you're gonna be, you look dumb.
Yeah, you got to think this person is crazy. You're gonna think they got
The
issues.
reason that we watch this stuff for like the movies or we like it in a comic book is because you look dumb. I mean, that's all there is to it. Don't get me wrong, cool if you like, I mean, honestly, the best probably like hero / vigilante who would actually look decent on the like is Green Arrow. It's a simple costume. It he just looks like a badass Robin Hood.
You're right.
But he's still that's what I'm saying. Like, and it makes sense that he's going around killing people with a bow and arrow. But other than that, like, these guys, they're walking around. I mean, Superman, dude, the guy's in tights and everything, and he slicks his hair back, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Superman." But then he throws on some glasses and tussles his hair, and now he's Clark Kent. It's like, come on, man. Like, but
I don't even know why the Marvel characters even wear masks, because everybody knows who they are except for Spider-Man and Daredevil. Everybody knows who
Right?
Captain America and Iron Man are. Why do you have a mask on?
Just to look cool. So
it's crazy because, like, when you think about it, like, Captain America literally walks out there with nothing. People could just see him on the street and say, "Oh, that's Captain America."
Yeah, Iron Man.
That's the craziest thing to me.
Thor?
Yeah.
Well, who's gonna mess with Iron Man? The dude literally has like an arsenal of computer and everything on him. He can fly and shoot you with a missile.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not messing with
what you call it? Do you guys consider this like a spoof superhero movie?
No, Angel, I was wondering about that last night, and it's
because that's
not
what
really,
I consider it.
It's like something like the Wayans brothers would have did.
Yeah,
I don't see it like that, because I mean, they really wasn't doing anything silly in the movie. They really, I mean, it was funny, but it wasn't trying to be overly funny and extra funny, like spoofs do.
Yeah, I got you. Okay,
no, there is a spoof version, even way.
It's
more
called
than this.
superhero. It's called Superhero Movie. I seen that one.
Hey,
with
probably
Pee Wee Herman.
No. Oh no, I saw the one with Kevin Hart and Drake, the dude from Drake and Josh.
No, I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about, my brother would probably know it. He'll probably call me tomorrow or when this comes out.
I'm not surprised that it's a spoof. There's a version of a spoof. I'm quite sure it's probably a porn version too called Get Ass. What do y'all think?
No, they just gotta go.
My mom is so fucking done with this. My mom is so done with this. No, you really have no idea. Like, my mom is so done with this.
Wait, time stamp that for your mom to just skip over it.
Oh, absolutely. We're gonna do this one. Where we at? Okay, yeah, I got this one. Oh, my mom is so done with this. My mom is so done with this. You have no idea. Oh, my mom is so done.
Gene, I can't.
Yo, for real, bro. Like, you would say that knowing that my mom's a listen. Yeah, my mom is so done.
Anyhow, moving on. So the next thing we kind of see is Dave, not Kick-Ass, but Dave as Dave, is going out for a trial run, and Mindy is crazy. She dresses this dude up in like like looking like a pimp. But he
Yes,
was just like,
yes.
he even says, I'm like the whitest pimp out there. She goes like, that's the point.
Right.
And he holds his own for, 4 guys come at him. He holds his own for about, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then, one dude pushes him down and it's over. And of course, she shows up and messes everybody up. Some nunchucks and a sword, is that a sword? Yeah, it's a sword. And messes everybody up, cuts the guy's arm off. She tries some new, a new catchphrase. What was it? Pants on fire. But, hit girl's back and she's just messing everything up. Like she always does.
Yeah, I don't think
Poor
she really,
Dave.
I don't think she really retired when he retired though.
No, she didn't. But after this scene, her,
Yeah.
Marcus hears something over the radio about her. So he starts asking her where she at. And she's, of course she lies, but he figures it out. So he makes her basically promise not to do it anymore. Because I guess we find out her dad left a note that if he died for her to read. And basically the note said she has to listen to Marcus. So she had to keep her promise because she, that's from her dad. So she's going to do that, even though it really kills her inside to do it because she's just not built to be a regular girl. Like,
No,
it's literally impossible. It's probably killing her inside.
Mm-hmm.
But, she's going to give it a try. And let's be honest. We all know how it's going to go. It's going to go horribly wrong.
Well, she tried for most of the movie. And
there's a scene where she's basically telling Dave that she's done. And they make the scene look like she's breaking up with Dave, even though he has a girlfriend. But I thought that was really dumb. You know what? This really kind of made me mad because I don't know if you guys had this issue, but mostly in high school. So before I had like an actual serious girlfriend in school, I had a lot of friends that were girls.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest issue is I waited too long with them, so I got friend zoned. But they were good friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I got a girlfriend, I'm not supposed to have any more friends that are girls.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course I'm trying to bang them all. And it's like, to me, it used to really tick me off because my wife's not that way. Even when we were just dating, she knew all my friends. And she just never had an issue with it. And so
that's how
really
Melissa is too.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, that's the difference to me with like being with a secure girl and not, the other way around. Because they're just friends. They were really good friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I still talk to all of them. My wife has 2 of them, has their kids in her art class. So, like she sees them all the time. I think the one, she's part of the PTA. So her and my wife talk all the time. So I don't know, man. It just used to bug me a lot. So to assume that, the girlfriend who's already cheating, I guess.
Yeah, because she kind of made mention about another guy.
Yeah, but to assume that he's just talking to a girl who's a freshman, so that's 3 years younger, and that they're sleeping. I don't know. That's just, we need to stop that stigma.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb.
Now, Kick-Ass gets back out there because now that Mindy's out, he's realizing he's got to team up. So he gets in touch with Man, and Gravity Man's whole story is pretty much made up. He's like talking about being a science professor. He's telling them, "Oh, my bat can make people float." No, it's just a bat. It's just a bat that look a little better. And of course, just like normal, Kick-Ass tries to take on 2 people outside of the store. He starts getting his ass kicked, but then Gravity Man comes out and they make it a fair fight and get the guys at least to get away from him at a certain point. And they start to talk about, doing this again another day and all that stuff. And then this new supervillain, I'm not going to call him by his name anymore because it's just dumb. But the new supervillain, the MFer, he goes to rob a convenience store. The problem is, as he's robbing it, he's like wondering where the cameras are. And the guy tells him there's no cameras. He's trying to go viral to let people know he's out there. And I don't know. He's really bad at this.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's probably what the way he was acting and what he was doing was probably what some nerdy kid would do who's trying to be a badass supervillain.
The crazy thing is he made a better superhero than he did a supervillain.
Mm-hmm.
Even his superhero stuff was dumb.
Yeah, even when he was a superhero, I just always assumed he's really a supervillain pretending to be a superhero. So I didn't even take him seriously as a superhero.
Yeah, well, he could have never really been a superhero, no, just knowing who his dad was, and he
Exactly.
always wanted his dad's approval. So,
Exactly. Right.
um, Mindy gets convinced by her dad to go hang out with this, I guess, a friend of his daughter, and have a sleepover, which she's rather kill herself. And of course, it's a bunch of what's the mean girl mentality, the plastics
Mm-hmm.
cheerleaders,
Yeah.
real, all about their looks, all about their popularity, all that stuff.
Now, was that girl?
This
Were they really being friends with her at first until they saw her do that little routine, and then that's when they got jealous because her routine was good?
Well, nothing. So the other two girls, they didn't matter. It was the queen bee that was the one that was making all the issues and the
Right.
plans.
Right. Right.
So I think she liked to have a project because Mindy was her new project, and the girls were kind of saying if she wanted a pet, why doesn't she get a puppy? Because after everything goes down with Mindy and she kind of tosses her to the side, when Mindy seeks her revenge, she has a new like nerdy girl. So
Right.
apparently she likes to have these projects, um, for
But they got
whatever
to stay in
reason.
line. They got to stay behind her, basically.
Yeah, they gotta stay in line, and Mindy is too much of a follower.
You mean
So they're
leader?
having this. Yeah, well, Mindy's too much of a leader,
Right.
and this girl wants a follower, and that's just not
Right.
going to be Mindy.
Right.
So she's trying to tell. They're making fun of her because she's never kissed a boy. They show her some stupid boy band music video that they all get hot over, and it's all just it's all silly and crazy, but it is what it is. And then this is one of my favorite parts because this is where Jim Carrey finally gets introduced. Now I don't know if you know this. Jim Carrey signed on to this movie, but after doing it, I guess he didn't read the character. I don't know what happened,
What?
but I don't know because he after the movie was almost done, like he had already shot all his scenes, he tried to back out of it. Said it
Why?
was too well. So this was the time he started kind of, I don't know what the actual what you want to call it, but he kind of was trying to get away from all that. He was kind of becoming like a humanitarian.
Oh,
Um, I
okay.
I
Was this
call
too
it like
violent for him?
yeah. He said it was too violent, and that wasn't what he was about. And so he was like, so I don't know, like what happens to him down the road. I don't know if that was always the plan or if they were thinking about bringing him back again, but he didn't want to come back. So
Hmm.
I just don't know if that's how it worked. But I loved his character. I thought his character was hilarious and crazy.
Yeah, he didn't. To me, he didn't really overact like how he does a lot of times. Like
Yeah,
I was watching it and I was like, okay, I think this is Jim Carrey, but I wasn't 100% sure
yeah.
until later on when I saw some of the mannerisms. But at first, I couldn't really tell. And then when they took his mask off, like they gave him like he didn't have his regular face. Like they had
No,
a lot of makeup on him.
I think this was the time he was dating Jenny McCarthy, and she has a kid who's like special needs. So I think like he was trying to like better himself, and he didn't want to like have his kid watch the movie uh, and like see him in that way.
I got
So I'm not 100% sure what happened, but I know that he was like he wanted nothing to do with this movie after he finished it.
you. Okay.
But it is what it is. So
Let me ask
basically,
you
they're
something.
start.
Let me
Yeah,
before
go
you go
ahead.
on. Did you guys think that there was more uh fighting scenes in this movie than the last movie? Because it seemed like it to me.
Yes, a few more,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely. Um, so when he's kind of meeting all these new people, he discovers his buddy, uh, the as one of the guys, and he's telling some BS story about
Yes.
his superhero origin, and he recognizes his voice. So of course they both, he's like, "Oh, it's me," and they're like, "Oh, what the heck?" So he has to retell his story because he was trying to be cool in the story and everything like that. So they're kind of walking around the school, and their friends getting left out, and they're walking around like they're making a difference in the world because nobody else knows.
That's
But
crazy to
like I
me.
said,
That was crazy. They're on patrol and they're just walking around. Sometimes they partner up and walk around the city.
or they
Just
help out at soup kitchens and
yeah, I mean that's like because like, in any other type of superhero movie or TV show, they're not doing that. They're
no.
they only show up when there's an issue or there's a problem. They're not walking around on patrol. I mean, even when Batman does, like he's in his car, he's not walking around, you know, and looking for
Well,
trouble. You
I
know.
think their idea was to like show their presence, like
Hmm.
we're here and we're not going to let you guys get away with this stuff because they did do like a big team up where they took down a poker game with a guy who was trafficking women.
Okay.
But I know, but I mean, how did they even find
Something's
out
better
about
than
all that?
nothing.
Yeah. The other thing is, so the crazy thing to me is, um, what was Jim Carrey's character's name?
A corporal or colonel something.
Yeah, Colonel. Well, the thing that the only reason I'm bringing it up is because he used to be like part of the mafia, and then changed his ways and became this superhero. And he's like a deranged Captain America almost.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wears like a Ninja Turtle headband almost. He's got camouflage on. He's got a dog with an American
Why does the
uh,
dog have a mask
flag.
on?
Why
Like,
not?
like, like
Why
Scooby
not?
Doo or Snoopy are gonna recognize him and out him. Like it ain't gonna happen. His dog didn't need to have a
Oh,
mask on.
He
Colonial
says
Stars.
Scooby and Snoopy. Well,
Colonial
I'm clipping that
Stars.
one.
So they're kind of doing their thing and all that. Meanwhile, the MFer is training with Chuck Liddell. And the bodyguard, this part cracked me up because the bodyguard says, "Do you think he has a chance?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, he's been doing great. I wouldn't take his money if he wasn't." Bullshit, Chuck Liddell.
Right.
Of course, because you put this dude in there knowing damn well he's going to get his ass kicked. You couldn't have told the guy that he was fighting, like, "Hey man, come on, just go a little easy on him." No, this dude right away comes up and socks him in the face, and
you,
then he's talking junk.
yeah. You know what was funny was before this scene, Joe. When he asked, he said, "Somebody go get me Chuck Liddell or somebody to train me." I didn't think they were really going to put Chuck Liddell in this movie
Me neither.
when he said that. So I was surprised to see Chuck Liddell there.
It was a mess.
I just thought it was just going to be some random, random person, random trainer.
His buddy, by the way, was going by the name Battle Guy. I forgot about that. I thought that was funny. And then they even give Dave
That's
a new
right.
girlfriend, a superhero girlfriend, Night Bitch or whatever,
Yes.
which was interesting. Anyhow, so while the MFer is training, he just basically decides, "Hey, I got money. I'm going to start, my own team of supervillains." And this is when the movie gets crazy because this
Well,
guy.
hold on one second, Joe, before you get to this. Now, I don't think he was being a supervillain just because he needed money or just for the heck of it to make a statement. He wanted to kill Kick-Ass because
Oh yeah,
Kick-Ass
no, that was
killed
always
his
his
dad.
goal.
That was his main objective.
That was always his goal. But I'm saying this is when he decided that, hey, I don't need to fight. I'll just throw
Yeah.
my money around. He tells the bodyguard, "Get me some heavy hitters." So his bodyguard comes up with all these people because I guess the uncle who's in jail, who was the brother to his dad,
Hmm.
um, who used to run stuff before the dad, before he go into jail, is basically telling him, like, the whole MFer stuff has to stop. You need to go. This ain't the life for you. Your dad didn't want this for you. I don't want this for you. Like, you got to stop. And to even make his point, like, while he's talking to him in the jail, he kills his bodyguard, who I guess he was really close to.
Hmm.
So he basically says, like, This is why this kid cracks me up. He's like, I'm glad you did this because now, you gave me the fuel I need to go out and do what I got to do. And it was just like
that was weird.
I know, because the uncle was trying to make a point.
Right.
Meanwhile, he took it as no, that like as his part of his origin story.
Right. Exactly.
And then so a bunch more people start trying to join the hero group. And so with all these new people, Kick-Ass and Battle Guy decide they're gonna bring in the friend in. The problem is the friend is not very original.
Mm-hmm.
So he puts on an outfit like basically the opposite colors of Kick-Ass, and then all his names are similar to Kick-Ass. So they kind of make fun of him, and he's a little sensitive about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Mindy. Mindy decides she's going to go on a date, and that doesn't go well because, of course, she tried to join the cheerleading team, and everyone liked her better than the it girl, the boss lady, the queen bee. So she decided to exact her revenge, and so she makes Mindy look bad in front of this boy, and leaves her, and she's really upset about it. Yeah, leaves her in the woods to walk back. And this is like the first time that we've ever seen Mindy, aka Hit Girl, like really doubt herself.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to me, it's a little crazy because like this is a world that you're not a part of. So why are you like these bitches? You could kick all their asses.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not gonna. She's gonna have to find a new way because she does realize that. And Dave tells her like, beat them at their own game.
Yeah.
Which is what
she showed up. She showed up in his room in the middle of the night, and I was thinking like, please don't give these two no romantic encounter. Please don't do that. But you just never know with
Dave would have went to jail for that. Even 17 and 15 is not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be at least 16. I think. I don't know the rules.
Yes,
man.
you're right. In America, yes, it is 16. Yes.
So anyhow, Mindy gets herself all dolled up, real pretty. She walks in and she walks up to the table to the girls, and the queen bee's already working on her next project. Mindy gives that girl like $50,000 from some drug bust, which I guess that was just her way of saying, hey, dump these bitches and let me take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she shows up with some device that
remember at the end of the last movie she had $3 million.
Yeah,
so she does not have to worry about money at all.
No, not at all. Not one, especially for a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
But she shows up with like this device, and her dad call it, the 6-stick or something?
Yes.
Whatever it was, you pointed at someone, it basically makes it come out of both ends. So she got all 3 girls.
Yes, she made them vomit on themselves.
Yeah, it was bad. And,
it was like projectile too.
Yeah, it was a mess. And I mean, that's almost better than kicking someone's ass, especially in the
in front of everybody in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
In front of the school. Yeah.
Like, how are you going to date the girl that was vomiting and dookie everywhere after that?
Right.
Good luck.
Right.
So, Dave's dad finds the kick-ass suit, and he's very upset, distraught. He's, trying to talk him out of doing this, and Dave's response to that is, "You're a loser. You're a nobody." And then he goes and stays with his friend. Well, that's a terrible way to talk to your dad, especially if he's just showing concern.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The other thing that we didn't talk about. So, upon assembling his team, the mother effer, he's assembles this team, and he gives them all, let's just say, basically racist names. I mean,
we don't have to repeat them.
No, a couple of them are bad, but the worst one, I think, what is it? Black Death. I don't even know what his deal was. And then Mother Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, his team is
we know.
pretty good, but Mother Russia is like basically the whole team. She's doing all the heavy lifting.
I mean, I know I'm going to sound wrong for this, but I honestly thought that was Kurt Russell.
Oh, great.
I thought that was. It looked like Kurt Russell. It looked like her. It looked like his face. I thought that was him. And with this type of crazy movie, I mean, nothing would surprise me.
Either way. Okay. What was the one? Genghis Carnage? That was a bad one too.
Yeah.
The tumor. Like these names are ridiculous. So they're basically since they don't know who Kick-Ass is, they're trying to track down anyone they can. They start off at the home base with Colonel whatever, and they get the jump on him, and they mess him up and decapitate him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of their first shots fired. And then they see some packages with Night Bitch's name on them, so they figure out who she is, and they go after her next.
Yeah, because they also saw a picture of her in Kick-Ass.
Yeah, so that was like his thing. So he put her in the hospital and tried to defile her, but he had a little trouble. He needed a blue pill or something, but it didn't happen. And of course, she made fun of him for it. So, and then this next scene, man. So they're out outside of her house, and the police were called. And Mother Russia, basically, I guess she was getting 10 times the amount as everyone else, and she showed why she was worth that amount because she just took out like 10 cops. And I'm talking about she was shooting, throwing, hitting them with stuff. She put a lawnmower on the back of a police car.
Oh, that was crazy. I never seen nothing like that.
Absolutely. Like, this chick is ridiculous. She showed exactly why she was worth the money. And, like I said, shots fired. So now the team's kind of freaking out. The police are freaking out. So the police figure out who everyone they possibly can figure out is, and they take them all in, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And upon going to Dave's house, his dad takes his spot instead of him. So his dad basically says, "Yeah, I'm Kick-Ass," and it's not good because the MFer knows that Kick-Ass is a young kid, and even though he's still pretty stupid and can't put two and two together. But the friend who they were making fun of is now a part of the bad guys team because that part made no sense to me.
It made no sense. And I'm going to tell you, at the end of the movie.
You're that butthurt?
Yeah, at the end of the movie, he would have died.
And then on top of that, yes, he should have because you gave him your friend away and got his dad killed.
Yep.
At the same time.
At the end of the movie, when we're all on the roof, we're all putting our fists together, I would have pushed him.
They should have thrown him off.
Yes.
They really should have.
I would have been like, "Fly, bitch, that's the end of you, buddy." That is the end of you. Show me your super flight. Something. He's dead. Gone.
How are you gonna rat your friend out like that when you know they want to? Did you not think they want to kill him?
Right.
They've said it several times.
Right.
Like,
yep. So
I'm already mad at you for letting them come after me, but now you just got my dad killed.
Yep.
Like, we're not friends anymore. I am throwing them off the building.
Yeah. Because they tortured him. They showed up at the jail and they killed him and took pictures of him and sent those pictures to Dave. And he saw it.
Honestly, something bad should have happened to the friend.
Oh, we're not gonna be friends. We wouldn't be friends. No,
not cool. It's not cool. Anyhow, over them just making fun of you because you did look stupid and your name was stupid.
Right.
Anyhow, ass kicker. What the hell? Anyhow, so the supervillain group shows up at the funeral, which was really stupid on their part because Mindy was there, which they don't even know. They haven't even seen Hit Girl yet.
Right.
And then they do the worst thing they could possibly do, and they take her best friend Dave, a.k.a. Kick-Ass. Mm-hmm. So, of course, Mindy's back. Mindy, she don't play around. She jumps on the truck. She takes her police officer's gun, and she kills everybody and gets Dave back. and then they torture a guy to find out where the MFer is so they can just take him down. And I mean, she basically tells Marcus, like, I know I promised, I did my best to keep that promise, but you know what? This is who I am. I'm not going to change. Like, it is who it is. Like, I don't care what you say. And then there's a big showdown at the end with all the villains, all the good guys, and you know, it goes how it goes. The MFer's showing off his new base. He's got a shark in a shark tank, and the shark looks dead. Um, the two, Mindy, Hit Girl, and Dave, Kick-Ass, they show up, and it looks like they're just by themselves. And then they got a whole team, and everyone's fighting. You know,
Yeah,
fists are
you know what?
flying.
When they had the
Everything.
face off, this did not look as cool as Endgame.
No, not even close.
Not even close. You know, they had the
No.
good guys, they had the bad guys, and they all face to face, and then they ran at each other to fight. That did not look like Endgame at all.
Here's my other problem. Just like the last one, okay, Kick-Ass and the MFer are fighting.
Mm-hmm.
The MFer shouldn't have stood a chance now that Kick-Ass actually has some fighting skill.
No, not at all.
How he even got a lick in makes no sense to me. And you killed my dad? So not only am I pissed off, but now I actually have some fighting, and you have nothing. That part made no sense to me.
Yeah,
The best fight though
go ahead.
was Hit Girl versus Mother Russia.
Hold on.
What were you gonna say?
No, hold on, Angel. You got something like water running or something in the background?
Or a fan?
Fan, something. Oh well. All right, we'll keep going. No. Don't worry about it, man. We'll keep it going.
Yo, well, actually, that's my computer.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it.
All right.
So earlier in the movie, Hit Girl had shown some syringe, and it was like a last resort, like take your own life if you're in a situation where you're gonna die anyway or be tortured. But what she didn't show Dave was she also had another syringe. So while he's fighting the MFer on the roof, she's fighting Mother Russia. Mother Russia's getting the best of her. One, because, I mean, Mother Russia's basically built like a man. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
And Hit Girl's just a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as skilled as she is, like, two people who can fight, the bigger person's going to win. So she's basically just getting destroyed. And so
Angel always looking at us like, I can't believe they said that. I can't believe they said that.
Okay, she's a woman. Good for her. She's lifted some weights, rocks,
Angel,
whatever they lift.
You know what's funny, Joe, is me and you are both in our 40s. Angel is still in his 20s. You are going to get to where we are, and you're going to be like, you know what? Them old motherfuckers was right. When you get to be in your 40s, you are not going to give a fuck to.
Just more clips for Travis. Go ahead. Why not? Why not? Why not?
So she pulls out the syringe and she goes to stab Mother Russia with it. So we thought. But Mother Russia takes it and stabs her with it. And they wanted us to think it was the dye syndrome, but it ended up being adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
And Hit Girl on the adrenaline was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
She just like all of a sudden woke up. Like she had taken 6 cups of espresso and she was just messing this bitch up.
Yeah.
She's just running around, hitting her everywhere. She can't even keep up. She's taking all the glass on the ground now and just stabbing her with it. I mean, Mother Russia had no. Once she took that adrenaline, it was over. So she wins that fight. Kick-Ass and the MF are fighting, and he kicks him and he breaks through the roof, and he's hanging on over the shark tank. And, you know, Dave is still a good person, so he tries to save him. But of course, the MFer, he's got to be, you know, the bad guy still. And he's got to monologue and be crazy. And so, you know,
he
says
tell him, like, this is not a comic book.
I don't know. It was just stupid. So he falls into the tank and survives, but then the shark eats him. And I mean, that's basically everyone, you know, the heroes get on the roof. The police are coming. They're going to let them take care of it. They give one last, you know, go team or whatever they were saying.
Justice
And
forever.
Yeah, they drive off into the sunset. Mindy takes Dave home. She's basically telling him like she's done with this and she's got to run because she killed 6 people with a cop's gun. So of course she can't stick around, and she can't put that on her dad, her Marcus.
Right.
And then she kisses Dave, says, "Shut up, that's my first kiss, or I'll kick your ass." Blah blah blah, whatever. And that's basically where the movie ends. And la-di-da, here we go. And there's not going to be a third one anytime soon from what I read. I'm not sure what story they would tell. I also heard a possible reboot or a series. So we'll see.
Okay.
I think if they did a series, it would be way better.
I think so.
Yeah. Did you guys see the post-credit scene?
No.
What? There's a post-credit scene?
There's a post-credit scene. And I can tell you what it is. I can tell you what it is. It's real short. It's like maybe 10 seconds.
I don't think I've ever paid attention to that.
The motherfucker survives. He's in the hospital without limbs. He's screaming that the shark ate his dick and ate his legs. He's trying to get some water. I guess there was a bodyguard or something outside of his hospital room. So he's trying to get water and he can't get water and he just kind of falls back and then it just fades to black. So it comes at it's not like a mid-credit scene. It's after all of the credits pass. It's the last scene. So
I've seen this movie 25 times. I've never knew that.
And the only reason I stuck around for it is because it's a superhero movie, and superhero movies a lot of times has something at the end of the credits. And
did you watch the credits, or did you fast forward?
Oh hell no, I fast forward. I wasn't gonna sit there and read all of that.
This dude gonna be Cyborg next? What the hell?
That's probably what they would have him be. He has the money.
The director for this one said he has no intention on doing a new one anytime soon. So
yeah. I mean, at first I was thinking this movie, I was enjoying it better than the first one, because it was so much action at the beginning of the movie, a lot of fight scenes at the beginning of the movie. But I really don't know which. I mean, they're both ridiculous. I have no idea which one I like better. They're both
this one to me, I'd give it the same grade. I gave the first one a B+. This one's the same for me. It's a great movie in my opinion. It's fun. It's crazy. I didn't mind it at all. It works for me.
Yeah, I give it a B also. What about you, Angel?
I was gonna say B-. Did I give it a B- last week also?
I think so. Yeah,
you did.
Yeah. So for me, it was pretty much the same. B-.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So what are we gonna watch next?
Let's watch Never Back Down. We can start that series.
Okay.
That'll be a good series for us to start. So if people haven't seen that, that's probably like I don't know what you would think, Joe and Gene, but I say from my generation, it was a very influential MMA movie.
I liked all those movies. I've seen them all.
But I'm saying, like, when the first one came out, would you say it was during like an influential time?
Yeah,
I think
where the UFC was at that time, and then with Never Back Down, I felt like MMA still was in its the infancy in like the 2000s, 2006, 2005. It kind of just really got hot. So I feel like that's where. Yeah, so I feel like that's where this movie kind of plays a huge part. So,
okay,
yeah, do Never Back Down.
All right, Never Back Down. You guys got anything closing? Any closing remarks?
My mom's gonna have closing remarks for you.
I'm
joking. My mom ain't playing no games.
Well, I will welcome the criticism. All right, everybody. Stay safe, stay strong. We will holler at you next week, and I will play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.